welcome to another video. Oh, it has been hot here in the UK last couple of days, which is why I've got the guns out and got the sleeveless top on the go. It has been some hot weather, and today we are talking about cheap accessories from Amazon. Are they any good? Are they worth the money saving? Can you get some decent stuff on Amazon for a cheap price that is worth having? We're going to try and find out today. So, most of you guys who are into your photography at some point or another will have bought something from Amazon. Amazon is a great place to buy stuff, right? You can get loads of different choices. You can go on Amazon, you can search camera bag, whatever you want to search, and you will be presented with 100, probably 1,000 different options. Now, where sometimes it's really attractive is there are loads of cheap options on there. Sometimes some really cheap options, and that leaves you thinking, oh, is it worth it? Should I buy the item that's £10 when actually the original main brand name item is £50 and it could save me £40? But is it worth it? Will that £10 item be any good? Well, I thought I would share my thoughts on that with you today because I've bought a fair few of those cheap items myself along the way. Some of them have been okay, some of them have been horrendous, and I thought I would share my experience with you. So I thought I'd split this into three main categories. The first one being the types of things that I think you should not try to get cheap alternatives for. I'll share those. Next one will be things that I have bought cheap alternatives of and I've found them to be good. So things that I would say, actually, yeah, these cheap alternatives, you should absolutely go check them out because I think they are well worthwhile. And the third category, and I've got some examples from that category right here with me today, will kind of be things where I suppose I would label that category, be careful what you buy. You'll see what I mean when we pull some of those out in just a minute. So first things first, which items do I think you should not buy cheap alternatives from on Amazon? Now, in very simple terms, for me, that would be anything that is potentially going to affect the quality of what you are producing. So the quality of your photos, your image quality, your video quality, your sound quality. Because those are the things for me that I just don't feel are worthwhile trading off, even if it saves you a few pounds. For example, one of the things that you can buy some really cheap alternatives for are filters, right? You can buy cheap ND filters, you can buy cheap polarizers, you can buy all kinds of cheap filters to go on your camera lens. Now, I've bought some of those before. In fact, I've got some right here. This right here, I bought this whole set of ND filters, mainly because I wanted to see what they were like for the price. I thought it could have been a good video review or something. I got a whole set of them, right? They gave me all different ones. They even threw in a free, cleaning pen thing. I got ND4s, 8, 16s, a whole host, right? I've got 1, 2, 3, 6 different filters in there, but although, yes, I saved loads of money. If you go and buy yourself some brand new, Polar Pro or Hoya filters, something like that, they're going to probably cost like £40, £50 per filter. I got this whole set of 6 filters for about £20. But the problem is they affected the image quality. I found when I took some photos, they left like a cloudiness over the image. They made it look like I was photographing in mist or something. Maybe cool if you want that effect, but I certainly didn't. They just ruined my photos. I couldn't use them at all, so I chucked them away and I bought some more expensive filters. So what does that mean? I ended up spending the 40, 50 quid on some decent filters, plus the 20 quid on these, which was a total waste of time. If I had not bought these and just gone for the better ones, I would have saved myself £20 in the long run. So you see what I mean? Something that would affect my image quality. I don't recommend getting the cheaper copy option because chances are it isn't going to be very good. Another good example I had of buying something that affected the quality of what I was producing was back when I first started trying to take my videos a bit more seriously. I bought myself a microphone. I went onto Amazon, I bought this microphone right here, or at least one very similar to this, and I tried it out. But it was cheap, the quality was rubbish. To me, the audio sounded no different from just shooting the audio direct through the camera, and that throws away the entire point of an external microphone, right? So what did I end up doing? I ended up buying my Rode mic, the one which I'm using right here. That cost me, I think that's the Rode Video Micro. I think it only cost me £50 maybe, which isn't bad for a good microphone, but that was on top of the £25 I'd already spent on that cheaper microphone. If I'd just got the Rode one straight away, I would have saved myself £25 in the long run. So I think you see what I mean now, right? The kind of stuff that directly will affect your image quality or video quality, whatever it might be, in my experience, it just is not worth getting the cheap stuff because it will just affect your images. The filters, for example, why would you spend £5,000-6,000 maybe on a lens to then put like a £10 filter across the top? It doesn't make any sense. You're going to potentially risk your image quality after you spent so much money getting that decent camera and lens in the first place. Not worth it. Okay, so let's move on to some stuff where actually I think it's really worthwhile buying it. And that's the stuff that, to me, so long as the quality is good enough, I'm not worried about the detail or the technical aspects, or most importantly, the brand name, because the brand name is quite often what makes things more expensive. Now, a great example I have of this is my roller case, right? The hard roller case, this one right here that you guys have seen in loads of my videos. That is not an actual Pelican case, right? People assume it's a Pelican case. It's not. That is a cheaper version. It's called like a hard rolling case. Amazon sell one just like it now. And in fact, on that note, I should say, guys, pretty much everything I'm talking about, I've tried to link below in the description. So if you want to go look at that roller case or any of the other stuff, look at the links in the description below and it will take you to them. You can check them out for yourselves. That one on Amazon right there, at the moment I think it's about £100. I actually got mine for £80, right? Now, if I had bought the actual Pelican case, it would have cost more like 200 and something pounds. Something in the region of 3 times the price. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong. The cheaper one will not have some of the technical aspects. It's not going to be waterproof, right? You see the Pelican cases, they submerge them underwater, they're totally fine, stuff like that. No way would I want to submerge mine underwater. It probably would not be watertight. But you know what? It's really solid. It's really well built. It came with some nice foam inside. The wheels are decent. The handle's strong. It's well built. You can throw it around. I have battered that case left, right and centre for like, God, maybe 5 years now, and there has been nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Now, yes, I'm sure if I'd bought that Pelican case for 3 times the price, probably some aspects of that case would have been better. But is anybody going to tell me after my 5-year experience of using that £80 case that actually I would have been better off to the extent of spending like an extra £150 to get that other case? No way. My gear was perfectly well protected, really solid, really well built cased, and it cost me about 30% of the price. To me, that was a no-brainer. I've done exactly the same with the backpack, right? I don't have it down here, but you guys have seen my Amazon Basics backpack, which I use quite often. People will message me, they'll say, hey Rob, starting out with photography, I bought a camera, a couple of lenses, my laptop, what would be a great bag? And always I go back to them and say, hey, you know what, your first one, absolutely, look at the Amazon Basics backpack. It will cost you £35, nicely well made, well built, decent padding, you can fit your laptop, your camera, 3, 4, 5 lenses probably, and it would cost you £35. There's no reason to go spend £200 on the Think Tank, I say while sat with a Think Tank Streetwalker backpack in the background, but still, the value and the difference just to carry around a few bits of gear, that bag is perfectly fine. You could drop that bag, your gear's going to be okay. The price difference compared to that £35 bag, it's absolutely worth it, and there is nothing wrong with buying a cheaper accessory like that, especially when you're first starting off. Now, you can buy all kinds of those little accessories, right? And by the things I'm thinking are the kind of items which aren't going to affect your image quality. They're not going to risk the safety of your gear. So things like neoprene pouches to put your lenses in inside your camera bag. Stuff like your laptop sleeve. All those kinds of things. There's no risk. You don't need to be buying yourself a fancy, £50 Think Tank lens pouch to put your lens in to then just put it inside your camera bag anyway. Those kind of accessories, I absolutely say, you know what, buy the cheaper ones, save yourself the money and use that money towards something else, a new lens, whatever it might be. And the last category of stuff where I've had loads of good experience with buying cheap accessories is the Osmo Action accessories, your action camera accessories. Things like the selfie stick that I have my Osmo Action on, the floaty stick you guys have probably seen in some of my videos, my clips, my mouth mount, all those kinds of things. All those are cheap copy accessories from Amazon, which cost like 5-6 quid. I think this selfie stick here was something like 7-8 quid. You could go buy like an actual GoPro branded one for 5 times the price. There's no point. This is solid, it's really well built, it does the job for me. Why would I spend 5 times the amount? Those kind of cheaper accessories on Amazon, absolutely fine. Now, the last kind of category of buying cheaper items on Amazon is going to be the category where I would just say, be careful to make sure what you're buying is actually what you think you're buying. Now, to give you some good examples, right, I've tried buying a couple of cheaper bits on Amazon just recently, purely for the purpose of this video. So, for example, right, this is a Manfrotto Magic Arm, right? You guys might have seen these before. I use these for like my remote cameras and stuff like that. You can fit these up behind backboards and all kinds of things. When you get your gear on here, you can fit your heavy camera lens, the clamp, you tighten it up. That's like an absolute rock. Really good piece of kit. This is called a Manfrotto Magic Arm. Now, right now on Amazon, you can buy this one, that's without this camera mounting piece and without this clamp, so just the 2 poles and the lock, is £113. I think to get the clamp and the extra bits on there probably works out to like another I think this entire kit right here you probably get for like 120, something like that. But if you go on Amazon and you just search Magic Arm, there is an item appears right near the top of the list called 11-inch Magic Monitor Arm, super clamp, cameras, DSLR, all these kinds of things in the title, and you think, oh wow, that sounds alright, and you might look at that and you think, well yeah, that's probably like 11 inches odd, it must be the same type of arm, right? Well, only cost £15, $14.99 that clamp, $14.99 compared to 120 quid, no brainer, I bought that straight away. Well, this is what I got when it arrived. You see the difference, right? Yeah, it seems as though when they were measuring it right, stretched out, yep, it was 11 inches long. But of course, once it's folded, it's half the size. And I mean, look at that in comparison, right? You see the difference? And any kind of strength on, I mean, look, this is me. That's it done up. That's it done up as tight as it goes. Look, watch it. Tight as it goes. What a total waste of money. Waste of £15. You buy this, you're then going to have to go and buy yourself another one. Could have saved yourself the 15 quid. Now, if I'd looked more carefully at the detail, I would have seen things like the weight limit. I would have seen that actually, no, it meant 11 inches fully straightened out. And if you look at some of the pictures in a bit of detail, you can see that it is nothing like this item right here. Right, I've got another good example for you. And that's this right here. So this is the Joby GorillaPod, right? Now this is normally my go-to rig for when I'm out and about, like vlogging. I use it all the time, like out and about, mini little tripod when I'm out traveling, stuff like that. In fact, normally the camera filming right now is sat on this, but obviously I've put it on a mini tripod right now so that I can use this in the video. This is a really good piece of kit. Versatile, I can stand it up, I can go like wrap it round fence posts or whatever when I'm out and about filming. It's got the little ball head on the top, really good. Now you can go buy this on Amazon for, let's have a look. Okay, so you can buy this on Amazon right now for £59.95. That's actually, it says it's reduced from £90.95, but there's no way I paid 90 quid for this. I think I did pay about 50. You can get this on Amazon right now for £59.95. Now, also, if you go on to Amazon and you search GorillaPod, there is another item that comes up right near the top of the list, and that is called Flexible Tripod GorillaPod Octopus Flexible Tripod Camera Mount and Stand. Again, pretty much every word you can imagine in the title there. And that is on there for £8.89. £8.89 compared to £60. It's a no-brainer. I bought it straight away. Of course I would. Why would I not? Well, when it arrived, I realised pretty quick why I shouldn't have bought it. And that's because this is it. As you can see, this is the Joby GorillaPod. This is what arrived. You can see it's tiny. It's, in fact, it's not even half the height. This is made of plastic, and in fact a lot of this is made of plastic as well. But the biggest thing is, right, can you see that on the table in front of me? You can. Now this obviously holds my camera, right? So most often I will have my EOS R and my Canon 17-40 f4 mounted on this. The ball head locks, no problem at all. It fully takes the weight of that. It's really, really solid. If I put that on this one right here, well, what would happen? Yeah, that's what would happen. There is no way in the world. In fact, I bet this wouldn't even really hold the weight of a phone. Would that even hold the weight of a phone? No, probably not. I doubt it would. What a waste of £8.89. If you bought this, you'd end up having to get rid of it. You'd end up having to buy this anyway, and then you wasted £8.89. So I think you kind of see the topic I'm getting into, right, with stuff like this. At first glance, it looks like a steal, but actually when you look at the detail, it's an item that is just not worth buying at all. And that's really, really important that you look at the detail, look at the product reviews, stuff like that. Don't buy something with no reviews on it. Buy something that's got some reviews. Read those. Check the price. Check that it is actually what you're after. And if it's not, think twice before you make your purchase. And that's about it, guys. That is my thoughts on buying cheap accessories on Amazon. In summary, there is some stuff that you can go and buy that is absolutely worth the money saving. You save yourself a fortune, you get a really good item, and you did not waste a load of money on something that didn't need to cost 4 times the amount that it did. But in other areas, you've got to be careful. You don't want to be buying any cheap copy items if it's something that is going to risk affecting the quality of what you are trying to produce. And thirdly, make sure you're looking at those descriptions. Don't go make stupid mistakes like me, think you're buying something like this, and come away with something like this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favour, hit that like button. It helps me out loads on my channel and I really, really appreciate it. If you guys haven't subscribed already, you should think about it. Subscribe to the channel. It's growing, you know. We're heading towards 3,000 subscribers, which is crazy. Really, really proud of that. Look, I'm a small channel in the bigger scheme of things, but it's cool to see it growing. So thank you to all of you guys who have already hit that subscribe button. If you haven't, do it. Hit it right there. It takes you 1 second. Quickly before we go, I just want to announce the winner of the action camera giveaway, the Dragon Touch camera. Thank you to all you guys who entered in that, liking, commenting, sharing and stuff. The winner of this is Adrian Mottram. Thank you very much, Adrian. I've already messaged you, so you know you're the winner already. This is going in the post to you tomorrow morning. In fact, by the time you see this video, you're probably already going to have it because I'm going to post it tomorrow, but you guys won't see this video for like 5. You don't need that level of detail. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys. I will see you on the next video.